For EP, climbing walls and handholds is our business, but that's really not why we're here. We're here to enrich people's lives and introduce climbing to the world. We know that once somebody gets an opportunity to go indoors and climb on a climbing wall, that they're going to be hooked and they're going to be a climber for life.
Hello and welcome to Laval, the final instalment of the IFSC Boulder World Cup Tour 2014. This historic town in the departments of Mayenne and Sarthe is home to 51,000 and developed throughout the 13th century, earning its town status due to its importance as a military stronghold. At the end of our Boulder season, this final event has a little extra significance as the top tier of athletes from the World Cup rankings now face their final challenge at a chance to take the Boulder title. 7 World Cups down, 1 to go. And this year the World Cup rankings couldn't be much tighter, with the women's podium being decided at this event and the athletes, despite a long season behind them, seemingly on peak form. It's an exciting moment in the discipline of bouldering as the crowds gather to see who will win out at this final stage. This is the Boulder World Cup 2014 series. We started off in Chongqing. Very first bronze medal of the year went to Akio Noguchi here in Chongqing, silver to Shauna Coxey, and our gold medal to Laval of Germany. In the men's event, Jörg Verhoeven takes a bronze medal. Dmitry Sharafutdinov, his first silver of the year. And Jan Hoyer, starting as he means to go on, taking his first gold medal. Next stop on the 2014 season saw us over in Baku in Azerbaijan, with Shauna Coxey taking a bronze medal, Akio Noguchi taking a silver, Anna Storr, back on peak form, taking a gold medal. In the men's event, we saw Rustam Gelmanov take the bronze medal, Jan Hoyer take the silver, and Dmitry Sharafutdinov securing a gold. Next up, we were over to Grindelwald in Switzerland, way up in the mountains for our third stop on the IFSC 2014 season, with Laval taking the bronze medal here, Anna Storr the silver, and Shauna Coxey, her first ever gold medal with the IFSC senior circuit. In the men's, Kilian Verschuber took the bronze medal here. Dmitry Sharafutdinov the silver. Jan Hoyer, yet again, another gold medal. After Grindelwald, we headed just a little bit further down the road to Innsbruck in Austria in front of a packed crowd to see Akio Noguchi take the bronze medal. Anna Stor the silver, and Shauna Coxey her second gold of the 2014 season. In the men's event, Rustam Gelbanov secures a bronze medal. Adam Ondra a silver. And Kilian Fischuva, in front of a home crowd, secures the gold medal. From Europe over to North America for a World Cup in Toronto. Alex Puccio here taking the bronze medal. Shauna Coxey a silver. And Akio Noguchi her first gold medal of the 2014 season. And a change of form for her in what is to follow. In the men's event, Sean McCall takes a bronze medal in front of his home crowd. Jan Hoyer takes a silver. And Guillaume Gleromondet of France takes a gold medal. Jump then across to Vale, so our next stop on the 2014 season, with Anna Stor of Austria taking the bronze medal in the women's. Fanny Givert of France takes a silver medal position, and Akio Noguchi follows up the previous win with yet another gold medal. Sean McCall takes another bronze here. Guillaume Gleromondet a silver. Dmitry Sharafutinov another first place position. Over to Asia then, and a penultimate IFSC World Cup in Boulder of 2014, Haiyan, where Anna Stor takes a bronze medal. Shauna Coxey a silver. And Akio Noguchi, still in peak form, secures another win. Guillaume Gleromondet here taking third place. Sean McCall with a silver. And Jan Hoyer once more taking the gold medal. At the end of our penultimate World Cup of 2014, we then look forward to Laval to try and see who will be reigning champion of 2014. Well, who will take the title indeed? Welcome back, guys. We are here for our final Boulder installment this year. And joining me yet again in the commentary booth right now is Mr. Jonathan Partridge. John, are you excited?
Very, very excited. Obviously,
I'm excited.
I'm a Brit. Looking through that video, it's incredible the season Shauna Coxey's had. I'm just really excited to see how this women's final is going to play out.
A lot of tension between the top three at the moment, wouldn't you say?
The tension is palpable. Although, you know, I was just with Shauna Coxey before she went into isolation, and she just takes it all in her stride. She's more excited every event she goes into. It's amazing to see. It doesn't get to her at all. She's just really relaxed, really looking forward to climbing and putting on a show. And looking at the crowd here, it's certainly going to be that. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic show.
Well, you can see on your screen at the moment the world rankings as they stand at present, and there is Jan Hoyer, 537 points all in all at the present moment in time. Dimitri Sharafudinov unfortunately failing to make the semi-finals here in Laval. What a shocker there, which means that Jan Hoyer is safe as anything to take the overall World Cup title in bouldering for this year. Georgi Ramonde there as well, Kilian Fischuber with a good year, and Sean McCall, Rustem Gambanov. So those are the standings in the men's at the moment. Gigi could come second with a good result from this. Actually doesn't have to be all that good result, and also bear in mind these results that you're seeing at the moment on your screens haven't been minusing their lowest result for the year as well. So that 565, that 503.35 we saw from Jan a moment ago will have to be losing his lowest amount, and I'll explain exactly how that works out in a few moments' time. At present, we're with Akira Noguchi, Shauna Coxey and Anna Storr, the top three, and at the moment it really is all to play for with those three athletes. More certified that Akira Noguchi or Shauna Coxey will take the gold, but if Akio and Shauna end up in 6th place, 5th or 6th place, the two of them, and Anna wins here, we could see a change there as well. So these are the top 10 on the world rankings at the moment. We'll talk a little bit more about what this could all mean in a little while. Not under the pressure of getting towards our athletes coming out for the presentation. What I'm going to do now is hand over to the light show, which is happening here in Laval. We'll be back in a few moments' time once the presentation has taken place. We'll see you very shortly.
la ville de Laval et bien sûr le club organisateur est vraiment très fier de vous présenter ce soir les finales de la Coupe du Monde de bloc. Dernière étape de cette finale 2014 et dernière étape de la saison, avec un dénouement qui va être à mon avis très chaud bouillant ce soir parce que les deux premières filles sont à 5 points d'écart. Chez les garçons, on peut avoir un très beau retour d'un de nos Français sur la deuxième place du classement général de la Coupe du Monde. On va commencer dans un instant à vous présenter les 6 finalistes. On commencera par un garçon, une fille, un garçon, une fille, et ensuite rentrera le cycle classique de l'observation des blocs. C'est une finale ce soir qui va se jouer en 4 blocs. Pour les personnes qui ne connaissaient pas trop cette discipline et qui sont venues aux demi-finales, on a déjà assisté à des demi-finales incroyables cet après-midi, de très haut niveau. On en remerciera tout à l'heure les ouvreurs, mais les règles vont être différentes. Ils vont devoir faire un bloc, donc 4 blocs. On va envoyer tous les compétiteurs, les filles en même temps que les garçons sur le bloc numéro 1. Ils auront 4 minutes. Si à 3 minutes 58, ils décident de partir, on les laissera tant qu'ils ne seront pas retombés sur le tapis. Une fois que le bloc 1 est fini, on le ferme. On vous enverra les classements provisoires sur l'écran géant. On passera au 2, au 3, au 4, ainsi de suite, jusqu'à connaître le dénouement, les podiums de l'étape de Laval et le podium du classement général. So, we are very proud to be with you tonight and welcome from the IFSC, from the FFME and the Laval city to welcome you here for the last stage for the final World Cup. All the climbers who are not qualified, the coach, the trainer, please, big applause for the final! Et c'est avec les hommes qu'on commencera ce soir et on va vivre un moment historique. Il a commencé sa carrière en équipe de France, il a eu 15 années d'équipe de France, il est originaire de Clermont-Ferrand. Son premier podium en Coupe du Monde, il a dû le décrocher en 2000. Depuis 2000 jusqu'à 2012, c'était l'un des pires et l'un des meilleurs grimpeurs de l'équipe de France. S'il vous plaît, applaudissements pour celui qui a pleuré pour sa finale ce soir à Laval, le Français Stéphane Julien. Plusieurs podiums en Coupe du Monde, Stéphane Julien. First female final tonight. She was in first position in China in World Cup this year. She was third position in Switzerland. She's representing Germany. Big applause from Julian Wurm, Germany. Finaliste ce soir chez les garçons, il est 30e du classement mondial, c'est un des gros espoirs de l'équipe de France. Quel bonheur de le voir ici, il a toujours gagné quand il était jeune. Sa meilleure place cette saison, c'était 11e sur une Coupe du Monde en Azerbaïdjan. Il va représenter la France ce soir. Applaudissements pour celui qui fête ses 20 ans, Alban Levier. Elle est 3e du classement, elle va rester 3e c'est sûr, même après une finale endiablée, même si elle prenait la première position, elle a quand même remporté une étape de Coupe du Monde cette année en Azerbaïdjan, 2e en Suisse, 2e en Autriche, 3e aux USA et 3e en Chine. Elle est championne d'Europe en titre, elle arrive de l'équipe autrichienne. Applaudissements pour l'incroyable Anna Storr. Mesdames et messieurs, le garçon qui rentre maintenant, c'est le meilleur grimpeur de la planète en bloc cette année, leader du classement général. Il ne pourra pas être rattrapé, il est incroyable, il est gigantesque. Il a gagné en Chine, en Suisse, aux USA, 2e au Canada et 2e au Azerbaïdjan. Applaudissements s'il vous plaît pour l'incroyable Allemand Jan Hoyer. Chez les filles ce soir, elle est 7e du classement mondial. Elle est toute jeune, c'est sa première année en compétition internationale, c'est la première fois qu'on la voit sur le circuit mondial. Elle est cadette première année, 16 ans tout juste. elle a terminé 4e au Canada, 6e en Autriche et 6e en Chine. Elle représente l'équipe du Japon. Representing Japan, make some noise for Mio Nonaka, Japan, 16 years old. Alors attention, 4e finaliste chez les garçons, il est 7e du classement de la Coupe du Monde, il est français. Il a terminé 5e au Azerbaïdjan, 4e aux USA, c'était sa meilleure place. C'est un des petits génies de l'équipe de France. Applaudissements pour Jérémy Bombert. Finaliste ce soir, elle aussi, elle est française, 8e du classement mondial. Elle a fait son premier podium en Coupe du Monde cette année. C'était aux États-Unis, à Vail. Elle prend la médaille d'argent. Elle a fait 7e en Chine, originaire de l'île de la Réunion. Un tonnerre d'applaudissements pour Fanny Gibert, France. Attention à celui qui va rentrer, 5e finaliste chez les garçons, 3e du classement général cette année. Il a fait les 3 dernières étapes en bouclant des podiums. Premier, c'était au Canada, à Toronto. 2e à Vail, 3e en Chine. Frappant pour l'équipe de France. Applaudissements pour monsieur Guillaume Guéron-Mondet, 3e du général. Présentation de celle qui va avoir un combat exceptionnel ce soir. Elle est 2e du classement général à 5 points de la leader. Elle va tenter de revenir. Elle a commencé la saison en remportant tous les podiums. Elle gagne la Suisse, elle gagne l'Autriche, 2e en Chine, 2e au Canada et 2e sur la dernière étape de la Chine, 3e en Azerbaïdjan. Multiples podiums cette saison. She's from Great Britain, Shona Coxey. Le dernier, mais celui qui a été l'un des plus incroyables aujourd'hui, il arrive de la Russie, il était 3e en Azerbaïdjan, 3e en Autriche, 3e au championnat du monde de Paris-Bercy en 2012. Il est 6e du classement général. He's from Russia. Make some noise for Rustam Germanov, Russia. Et voici maintenant la numéro 1 mondiale, celle qui va devoir garder son titre ce soir ici à Laval. Première de la saison, elle gagne au Canada, en USA, en Chine, elle fait 2e au Azerbaïdjan, 3e en Chine, 3e en Autriche, à 5 points devant Shona Coxey. She's from Japan. Make some noise for Aki Yonobushi. Allez Laval, s'il vous plaît, innovation pour nos finalistes, filles et garçons. Et ok, now it's time for the exhibition. Come on, let's go.
Well, welcome if you are joining us for our final Boulder final of 2014. We're also included in that game of hide and seek. Jan has just lost before even beginning. That was one of the most comical lineups I've seen in a long time. Jan just looks massive, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks like an absolute unit compared to all the other guys. I mean, much taller, much broader.
Even when Gigi came out, I was thinking, oh, Gigi's a bit... No, that's just the hair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very impressive. Well, these guys are now just going to go into their observation time, looking at M1 and F1. We're going to talk through the blocks in a little while, but for now, whilst we are waiting and these guys are having their observation time, let's have a bit of a catch-up with our chief route setter here, Percy Bishton.
Le travail est juste magnifique, une équipe de France qui se sent très très bien. Donc ça c'est pour l'histoire, et chez les filles, le deuxième doublé historique va être la bataille entre la japonaise et la grimpeuse de Grande-Bretagne. Et puis bien sûr, la chance d'avoir un acheteur avec nous qui va de toute façon lutter pour remporter cette étape de Laval. Les règles pour les personnes qui ne les connaissent pas et pourtant...
Hi, I'm Percy Bishton, I'm Chief Route Setter for Laval from Great Britain. A lot of the problems with setting here have revolved, or finding interesting things for this comp, revolve around the fact that all the profiles for the walls are more or less the same angle. So there's not really any vertical walls, no slabs, no roofs. It's all about 10-15 degrees overhanging. So trying to make 4 finals problems for the men and 4 for the women that are diverse in style is proved a little bit more difficult, and the problems tend to be a bit more technical. But you know, we've seen from the qualification rounds and whatever that you know, has produced some strange results and a few mix-ups. So no Dimitri Sharpadinov, for example, in the final this time. So yeah.
Start us off with M1.
So yeah, M1 in men's final number 1 is brutal compression. Lots of horrible white slopers that have been made by Petty Mark at Freestone, especially for this comp, and they're nigh on useless. Like, you just have to just crush the boulder, you know, squeeze so hard to get up it. So it should be interesting to see. Hopefully the heat from the lights won't make it impossible, but it's a pretty brutally hard first boulder.
M2?
Men's 2. Men's 2, the sideways jump. So from Jackie Godoff, it revolves around a really bizarre sideways move to a huge yellow pocket. Jackie's idea was it would be funny to have such a huge hold in a men's final, a great big jug, and then bouncy lay backing up and ret to finish. So it should be pretty good, spectacular block. Men's 3 is a more basic style again. Edges, which we haven't seen a lot of in this comp. A lot of the comps revolve around technical moves and slopers. So edges still very, very difficult. You know, the level is pretty high. So yeah, a more basic style problem.
And what they're finishing up with?
I'd like to think of it more as a bit of a Bishton special. It's got a bit of everything in it. A bit of unusual contortions, balancing, brutal undercutting, dynamic move, then a bit of hand jamming, and finishing in a lovely pair of goggly eyes. What more could you want?
So we're finishing the year on a pair of goggly eyes.
Why not? Women's 1, volumes, big blue pinches, pretty basic style, not super technical, but we might see some of the women struggling with the pinches. It's something that could be quite hand size specific. So yeah, should be fun.
Are they wide pinches?
They tend to vary. They're not one standard length, so they'll have to feel around, find a bit that fits their hand the best. Women's problem 2 is super balancy, basically. Climbs up one of the arêtes, which we kind of haven't used so far in this comp at all. So climbs up a arête, and then with some horrible footholds on like a slabby volume, and then a weird little dyno at the end. Again, like, we haven't seen any sort of huge dynamic moves in the comp, really. A lot of the dynos have just been kind of quite small, punchy little dynos, and it's the same for this one. The holes aren't great. You just have to do a little pop at the end. One for the technicians, for sure. Problem 3 starts off with a really powerful undercut move, stood on this weird shark's tooth. And then a lot of volume climbing. There's some really poor holds. It's kind of volume resting, basically. Probably one of the more difficult problems in this round.
And then finishing up the year with?
Finishing off with, again, some more pinches, but a strange dyno to a pair of pinches, a kind of strange sideways dyno. Again, not a huge move, but kind of more of a sort of a strange sideways lurch. But the holds are pretty poor. And then finishing with some big slopers should be pretty spectacular, I think. Yeah.
How aware are you as a route setter of the fact that you, particularly in the women's, having to divide 3 athletes that are extremely close to each other on the overalls?
The women's comps this year in particular have been difficult because there are, so obviously, a few athletes who are, streets ahead of the rest of the field. There's quite a big disparity, a lot more so than we've seen in the men. So yeah, it's really hard, and it's hard to try and make it so that everyone who's in the comp can climb and enjoy the climbing and be able to do stuff, without just the temptation as a route set is obviously to make stuff super hard and to do the job of splitting the best climbers, but the comps are for everybody, so it's difficult, but hopefully.
Well, as you can see, we've got an absolutely packed crowd here. Nice to catch up with Percy Bishton a little bit earlier about the finals and what we're expecting to see here over the next hour or so. Well, 2 hours roughly. At the moment, we're still with the athletes on the mats, just observing and having a little look at what the problems are in front of them. But whilst we are still doing that, don't worry, you're going to get to see plenty of these blocks as we go through the rest of the competition. We're going to have a little look at some of the athlete profiles now, some of the athletes that have made it through into tonight's final.
Ils ont le droit aussi de demander au juge, ça évitera de perdre des essais bêtement, mais là, vu le niveau quand même international de ces grimpeurs, il y a quand même plus de surprises.
Well, we've been told those profiles are coming up in a few moments. We're going to have a couple of seconds then to actually observe the athletes on the mat. I'm being told, so at the moment we're on problem 4 for both of these athletes. Huge set of volumes on M4 to work around the midsection here. And relatively similar for F4 as well. A lot of wide pitches on F4. John, yes. Predictions for this evening? Noticing earlier the massive size difference between Jan and everyone else out here. Fairly similar field in terms of height from the women.
Yeah,
what do you think is going to happen?
It looks like a really varied set of boulders. We've got a combination of slabs, verticals, and more dynamic climbing, so I think it's going to challenge all of them. But yeah, I think Anna and Akio and Shauna out in the front for the women's, and pretty much give it a straight shoot between Jan, Gigi and Rustam for the men.
So on to our lineup of athletes then. Here are the female athletes that we're expecting to see here tonight, the ones that are on the mat at the moment observing. The blocks in front of them, Jule Berg starting us off. 23 years old from Dortmund, and there are her results over the last 5 comps. Anna Stor here, 26 years old, from Rum in Austria, and the results for her previous 5 World Cups.
Et c'est parti pour les finales dans 5 minutes de temps de réchauffement. Je suis préparé. Merci à nos partenaires. Les partenaires institutionnels, évidemment, la ville de Laval, la ville de la Paconnière. Je pense que nos 2 maires sont présents.
So Anna with a bit of a mixed year this year compared to what we've seen from her previously. John, I mean, she ended up the end of last year 7 gold medals out of the 8 World Cups, and the one that she missed the gold, she took the silver. So a nigh on pretty much a perfect year.
Yeah.
This year a little bit mixed.
Yeah, you know, Anna's been at the top of the game for several years. I mean, incredible results last year. It was almost inevitable that there would be a slight change in performance, particularly with Shauna and Akio being so consistent.
Mino Naka on your screen at the moment, only 16 years old from Tokyo in Japan. So I was reading up recently somebody saying about this whole age thing. A lot of people make a big thing out of them being only 16 years old, but do you think it does make that much of a difference? I mean, I know experience counts for a lot in this discipline, particularly, well, in the entire sport really, but particularly in bouldering, where you have to keep control of your head, keep the pressure, and also be able to work through several different blocks and problems under the pressure of the crowd. But in terms of age, do you think it makes much of a difference?
Probably a double-edged sword, you know. The younger you are, the less expectation potentially, the more free ability you have to express yourself because there's less pressure. But you know, experience, you can't buy that. And you look at Anna Stur, Akio, got so much experience and are so successful. So really, I think it works both ways. But if I had my preference, I think I'd rather be in the experience camp and taking all that knowledge through. Yeah, that's true. Thank you for reminding everybody. My grand old age.
Here on your screen at the moment, 22 years old from Paris, and on to Guillaume Mondet as well. He's had, he had that peak in America just recently, just starting to perform very, very well. It's nice catching up with him. If you missed that interview, guys, it is in the semi-final replay for you. If you want to go and watch that one with the catch-up on Guillaume, talk to him. about his experience in America, and then onto this one as well. 4 French athletes in the finals in the men's. That is unprecedented for me. It's the first time of any nationality I've seen so many from the same nation in the men's or in the women's come through into the same place. Often we get a spread, you know, 2 or 3 of each. 4 French athletes in the men's tonight, and 1 German athlete, 1 Russian athlete.
Obviously feeling very at home with these problems, you know. These walls have obviously been used before, so to a degree they might be more used to that, but yeah, very impressive. They seem to execute the problems perfectly. It was a real test piece, but yeah, good news is we've got a bit of a spread. We've got Jan Hoja from Germany, obviously the man out in front, overall World Cup winner, and Rustam Gelmanov really hitting some form in this comp, looking very strong, with an equally strong haircut. And for those of you that missed the semi-final earlier, you're in for a treat when he comes out.
Absolute treat. It's going to be fantastic. Not that the climbing isn't going to be fantastic in itself.
For those of you who followed the comps in recent years, Chris Webb-Parsons a few years back from Australia sported a very strong haircut, but Rustam seems to have taken it to a whole new level.
Well, I think Rustam's always been in competition, because when Chris Webb-Parsons had the mullet, Rustam still had the mullet as well.
Yeah, they say there's strength in them, their mullets.
Sebastian Halenki is another one of my favourites that Cam was pointing out earlier on as well. The gecko, do you remember that? He had an actual gecko shaped into his head.
Yeah, and of course we had the handprint, Jerne Kruder for a while with the handprint. That was also strong. But anyway,
on to more interesting things as we get ready to welcome our first 2 athletes out here. John, in a moment you're going to give us a technical breakdown of what you think is going to happen on F1 and M1, what these blocks are. I know we've heard from Percy, we're about to see our first athletes get out and onto them. M1's looking really interesting, these big white slopers, a lot of compression and just crushing your way up it.
Yeah.
F1 looking a little bit more technical, but looking forward to seeing how these guys get on here.
Stefan Julien, really strong guy. You can see the size of his arms on the short side, but basically these white pinches, as Percy says, I went up to see them earlier, you got to squeeze them and squeeze them hard. Pure compression problem. On the female side, Julian Verm getting stuck into this groove. Really tensiony coming across here. Good volume to hold on to, with the feet quite far away. Nice wide pinch and pretty much a slam dunk to the top, but Julian making quick work of that. Very good from her. Looks like a very basic problem. I think the majority of the girls will do this.
Yeah, there's me going, it looks like it could be quite technical. It's actually relatively straightforward.
It's a technical groove. You've got to get in the groove. Maybe, I can imagine, you can see the hold they're brushing there on the side of the volume. I think we'll probably see potentially people skidding off there, if anywhere. The lights are very intense. Luckily they're taking it down across the rest of the centre. So, but there's Stefan crimping on the bolt holes.
One of the older athletes here, 36 years old. Clement Ferrand, 7th at Munich back in 2012. That's his previous best result with the IFSC. Did very well during the semis earlier on, obviously, as he's here now in the finals. He's looking particularly strong.
Yeah, he was looking super strong in the semi-finals. Not quite finding the right position here, but he is on the short side, so he might be quite spread out across this start move. Unusually, you can see the girls there having a sort of a more basic problem to get them going. This men's problem looks really hard right from the start. Very difficult. Coming out from the underside of that volume blind, and then you've really just got to maul it. Compress between the 2 hands, so palms pointing together and really squeezing.
It's going to be interesting to see how this one affects the athletes throughout the rest of the competition, because this is the kind of block that they're going to exert quite a bit of energy on.
Yeah, luckily in the finals it's 4+, so if you pull on at 3:59 you can stay on until you fall off. Whilst that's good, it does tend to mean that the round can run quite a bit longer than a standard semi-final, so when you're not climbing the rest periods can be really long. Or, on the flip side, they can be really short if people are topping the problems quickly. So it is quite hard, as you say, to gauge the rest periods. It's quite hard to manage that time when you're not too sure whether you're going to be resting for 25 minutes or 5 minutes if everybody flashes it. So Stéphane Julien here. Got a minute left. Just not latching that hold on top of the blue volume.
Is it just purely a case of keeping to the left-hand side of that hold and just squeezing for all you've got, really?
Yeah, and having enough tension in the right hand to come out from the other side of that volume and get your left hand all the way around to compress. You can just see there, really struggling to stay on from the start. Such slopey holds.
Well, hello to all of you joining us at the moment live here from Laval. You can get in touch with us using the hashtag in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. That's hashtag IFSCWC. We do like to hear from all of you guys. It's nice to have Katie and Moika back with us as well as Rama. Saying watching from Singapore at 3 in the morning, and hello. Shout out to Sheila McCarran.
Yep, Stéphane here. Oh, just missing the hold.
So really seriously tough first block for the male athletes here.
Yeah, I mean, you saw at the lineup quite a few guys on the short side, so we'll see how they make it. I mean, there's no doubt Jan's going to have a bit of an advantage on there with a bigger reach. It'd be much easier for him to grab the next hold. Admittedly, he's got a bit more distance for his arm to travel, being longer, but yeah, I think he'll be able to pull it a lot more easily.
We welcome our next two athletes then. Anna Storr coming out for us now over on F1. And the ends we're now with Alban Levier, from one of the oldest French athletes that we have here competing to one of the youngest. Levier performed particularly well in the semi-finals, 4 tops in 8 attempts, 4 bonuses in 4. Anna Storr, as we mentioned earlier, that up and down year at the moment. She's making light work of moving up this one here. Quick pop, up with the left.
Watch your foot.
Interesting.
Yep. That's where we thought people would fall, just slipping out of the red hold on the groove. It's always the trouble transferring across. She's trying to keep her centre of gravity underneath that final jug so she can just jump up for it, and then just going too far right away from the red volume, which put her out of sequence. Alban here making a bit more of a progress towards grabbing this white volume. Both just taking their time. Anna obviously knows Julianne did this very quickly. She looks super strong right from the start, but just slipping out. See how she gets on this time. Climbing very, very well. Nice and smooth. See if she can stay under it a bit more. Again.
Very interesting.
Just slipping the feet. Alban off. Again.
Really tough first move here on
huge
M1.
Amount of tension.
So what we were mentioning earlier about the World Cup rankings as they stand at the moment for the women's, Anna Storr is currently in 3rd place on the overall rankings with 481 points. But each of the athletes and their overall points ranking get to drop their lowest score of the year. That means that they minus the points that they scored at their lowest event. Now for Anna, that's going to be a minus 40 points for an 8th place at Toronto this year, which puts her on 441 and keeps her in 3rd place at the present moment in time. Now Anna can still win the overall World Cup rankings this year if she comes first, and if Akio and Shauna come 5th and 6th. Eula, unfortunately, who's currently in 4th place, cannot bump Anna out of 3rd, though.
Here we go, Anna going for it.
Not quite managing it, but it's interesting to see how quick Eula managed this one, and now Anna.
Yeah, Anna's
really
just not getting the weight, through the feet there. You can see she's really standing on her tiptoes, trying to pop up. She really needs to drive up, so sink down into the feet and then push up. Meanwhile, Alban, just missing that hold.
1 minute 4 seconds left on the clock here. The way we calculate points at these events, if you are unaware, talking about the top 6 rankings and what their point scores would be. If you take a gold at an IFSC World Cup, you score 100 points. If you take a silver, you score 80. If you score a bronze, it's 65, and then 4th place 55, 5th place 51, and 6th place 47. And as I mentioned, out of the 8 World Cups, you drop your lowest score, which is often why some of the athletes will skip an event during the year. They'll rest up at one of the events, they won't attend one of the events. Because of course, if you get rid of your lowest score and it's nothing, it stands less to take off your score. Because if you take all of them and do well, you're taking off more points.
Really struggling with this move. And they're both on. So Anna can remain on the wall now until she falls off. This is the 4+ rule, only available in the finals. See if she's got enough in the tank now. Come on, Anna. Big move.
Here, worried about the feet. And just a slip there, tried to switch the hand.
Great effort from Julian though. Straight out and flashed it. Putting the pressure on the rest of the girls straight away.
Very much putting the pressure on the rest of the girls. Get ready for Nakamio and Jan Hoyer to come out and show us how it's done.
Yeah, I've got a feeling Jan's going to maul these white volumes.
He does like mauling things.
He does. He's been really impressive all weekend. All year, in fact, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's been super consistent.
Yeah, I don't know what the shift has been with him over the past year in the game, between last year finishing and this, but his mindset has changed, as well as the fact that we know he has tried to cut down some weight because he is one of the taller athletes, but his way of reading beta has just developed exponentially.
Yeah, and speaking to Udo, his coach, yoga has been the big thing he's been working on, so he's been getting flexibility improvements, core tension improvements, and he's just looking in great shape.
Mio up towards the big pinch here.
Yep. Flash go. Looking very strong.
What to do with the feet.
Just struggling to get a good grip. And Jan stuck it. Second go. Super strong.
Jan up onto the next slope and now trying to keep the tension there.
This problem was made for him. Really, really slopey holds. Just squeezing them. Little thumb catches on the underside.
Very close there, but that quick move up onto that penultimate hold, bringing him down again. A bit of a chance for Jan to do some brushing here. I wonder whether we're going to see a repetition of Jan. He's going to go over and start cleaning Mio's holds. Did you see that?
Yeah.
During the final, Jan going over to brush Shauna's block for her. Very gentlemanly.
Absolutely. No, Jan's a real gent on the tour. You know, he's very, very fun.
When you talk about beast mode with him all the time, so it's sort of like a Jekyll and Hyde character.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's the same for a lot of the competitors. You know, they've got, you know, this time to express themselves on the wall, and maybe, you know, quite introverted personalities, but on the wall they can really express themselves. Here goes Mio.
I like it.
Oh, there we go.
Straight up.
Top for Mio.
Now, was there anything different that she was doing there with the foot placement in the way that she pushed up for that one compared to what we saw from Anna Storm?
Yeah, you could just see her there sinking down onto her feet. So her heels were a lot lower, and then she popped up from there, so she had real traction in the feet. It's like a car. You really need to get heat and traction through the feet, like in the wheels. Those volumes that they're standing on, really, really shiny. Not a lot of texture.
Where is the German team, please?
Jan spending a moment here, 1 minute 20 seconds roughly left on the clock for him. A couple of attempts so far. Time for a couple more. If you're new to the sport, you can see the clock there in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, and as John was mentioning earlier on, we work on a 4+ minute basis here, meaning that when that timer runs out, if Jan is on the wall, he's allowed to carry on climbing, make that final attempt. As long as you're off the ground and you've started your attempt, you can carry on.
That left hand hold he's leaving looks absolutely terrible when I was up there earlier. particularly with all the lights. You can see them there brushing and not actually getting into the backside of the hold that they need to brush. Sort of getting the top angle. Almost need to scoop it out like an ice cream scoop to get rid of it.
He's got a huge height advantage here, though. Do you think there's anything in... Because we've seen Jan just bypass holds before when he feels like it. Do you think there's any possible way from the foothold on the bottom right that he could just pop up to the top and ignore that penultimate hold?
We saw him look at it earlier, maybe on his first attempt when he got through, but it's too far. I mean, off the kind of holds he's going off, it's a really big distance. He's just struggling to hold on. They're that slopey at the moment.
Well, that's it. The timer has run out, so it's all or nothing now for Jan Hoyer. Ooh, not quite sure what he was going for there on that one. Looked like he was about to try something different. Didn't work. Now you were expecting Jan to just come out and absolutely destroy that one, right?
I really was, but as we said, those holds proving a little too much even for him. Generally he likes to get all his fingers, really use his body compression, but you could just see on the last white volume that sort of a really small finger pinch. Not enough just to really wrestle, more teetering across. But good to see Miho getting a top nice and early. Julian leading the pack. 1 from 1, Miho 1 and 2, and Anna Stur unfortunately just not unlocking the sequence.
Jeremy Bonder and Fanny Gibert. 2 more French athletes out now.
Yep, Jeremy just having a quick visualization of the problem, see if he can remember it. Fanny Gibert pulling straight on. Again, another competitor who's been very, very confident this weekend. Seems to be really stepping up her game.
Well, she's had this fantastic year. We've seen a sudden emergence of her onto the scene.
So again, she just ran her feet up that volume on the right-hand side, and while she was getting a bit higher, her feet were going further to the right. So I think perhaps staying a bit lower, a bit more central under the jug, generating some downwards movements and popping up, probably the way to go. That's where we've seen Miho and Julian.
Bigger jump, but a little bit safer.
Yeah, less height, but more ability to jump. And Jeremy, again one of the shorter competitors, coming around very easily, foot match, very strong.
Crowd getting behind Bonder here now.
Again, that's the difference between Jeremy and Jan. Jan can keep his feet on that big white foothold to do that move, whereas Jeremy pretty much having to cut loose. Fanny Gibert up again. Just grabbing hold of that pinch. You can see they're very wide. Feet a little bit lower this time. Here we go, Fanny. Come on. Oh, knee bar. Brilliant.
Very nice.
Excellent work. Good thinking from Fanny.
I'm going to go for some static here on this one instead.
Yeah.
Impressive to see
very
someone of her
impressive.
age being able to just change beta like that.
Yeah, she had a good first go. She knew she got all the way through, had a really good jump and fell short, so had the confidence to think, maybe I'm not doing it the right way, and perhaps I can do it a more static way, and that was very, very good. Difficult drop knee. Not sure if the route setters thought that would be the way the girls would try. Normally they try and find all those little ways of getting out of it, but not on that occasion. Meanwhile, Jeremy just taking some time, refocusing.
1 minute 15 here on the clock before another few attempts here for Jeremy.
So Jeremy again got a really good sequence, swapping feet at the start, allowing him to almost grab the hold on top of the blue volume statically. We've seen all the other male competitors really jumping ground with jumping round, sorry, with real pendulum effect. So 25 seconds left.
That first move is an absolute killer on this one.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when we viewed this, I thought this was looking like one of the hardest problems. Really, really difficult. Skin, obviously, they've been climbing yesterday and today. Here he goes.
That move up with the left here.
Run out of time.
Can't quite hold it, unfortunately. Yeah. A round of applause from the crowd here for Jeremy Bonda.
Just not enough juice there.
But so far, no top on M1.
Not sure whether they gave the bonus for that yet. We'll check the scoreboard. Don't think I would have given it myself. Probably not enough time spent on the hold progressing past it. Now no longer enough just to touch it. You've got to really hold it and move positively off it. So, Guigui and Sean are out.
In terms of style for Guillaume on something like this, do we think this is going to be a kind of block that he enjoys and that he likes, or is this going to be a bit of a bane for him?
No, normally Guigui really likes this kind of stuff, compression climbing, something that he can really battle against. We heard him in the interview earlier saying that he
doesn't like crimps.
Yeah. So it's been more up his alley. Shauna Coxey as well, very, very good technical climber. Fantastic skills, getting established in this groove. Sorting her feet out, here we go, come on Shauna, press it out. Very nice. Now what to do?
That's a high foot there.
Just sorting her hands out. Lining it up.
Trying to inch that foot up towards the top.
Oh, has she
Racing
seen
with
the knee
and going for a drop knee here instead. That's one hand.
She needs to get her right foot up slightly. There you go. Come on, Shauna.
That's one, but she doesn't seem comfortable enough yet to go up with the second hand.
And Guigui
sticks the first move.
She needs to get that right foot right on the top of the volume.
Inching up a little bit with the foot. Precarious placement here by Shauna now, uncomfortable as well, and she comes down.
Yeah. Fanny Gibert, who did this method earlier, got her right foot right at the top of that volume just to get a little bit more height before putting that drop knee in on the start towards the red volume. Guigui pulling back on.
We saw an incredible display of flexibility from Guigui at Haiyang just recently in the finals there.
Here we go.
Not that that's such an important part of this block in particular. So the keys to M1 you would say is just in max power.
Well, I thought it was, but seeing Jeremy earlier, he had fantastic body position. Just swapped his feet over on the starting white foothold and could make the move on top of the blue volume a lot more easily. But I think, yeah, we saw Jan unleash the power, flicking straight up on top of the volume, and that was really impressive. He also had the height to then secure the next holds, but so far no top on M1. Shauna Coxey's pulling back on.
Let's see whether she's figured out exactly what it is she needs to do on that point around the drop knee.
Of course, coming out later now. These holds have had a few climbers on first. Lights have been on for longer. Conditions are going to be a little bit more difficult. You can see there she's really struggling with the heat.
45 seconds.
Sweaty hands. Unfortunately, you can just see with the chalk bag, she's not able to take her hand off and chalk up. Very annoying. But good brushing. Nice to see the brushes out. Always good. some of the competitions, always it's quite hard to get the brushes servicing the problem as you need. 13 seconds left. Now or never, Shauna. And Gigi getting ready. Here we go. Come on.
Very close now.
And Gigi's up.
That's the time gone.
Yeah.
Gigi and Shauna both still on the wall. Gigi manages to stick that lean, but not the second move. Unfortunately, that's him done on that block. Let's see what Shauna's going to try and do here.
Chalk up. Come on, Shauna.
Risky still. It looked like that slip there just sort of knocked her momentum a little bit.
Yeah. Shake of the head as she walked down, really disappointed.
I think that slip just sort of put her off at that point.
Yeah, she was just lining up the jump.
Back in.
So we've seen the problem go two different ways. As I said in the semi-final, it's nice when there's more than one method to complete the problem.
So close on that first attempt as well.
And here's the haircut that we were talking about earlier of the Rustam sporting today.
The Galvanator has been scalped.
Yeah, really, really strong look. Let's see how he gets on the boulder.
Kiyonaguchi then, it falls down to her at this point. See if she can put some pressure back on earlier athletes. Eula and Fanny Gibert done exceptionally well on F1.
Rustam staticking the start of that problem. Absolutely incredible.
I saw someone on the feed a moment ago say, you just wait till Rustam gets out. And yeah, first attempt, this is impressive stuff right now. He looks very strong during the semi-finals. He's had a bit of a mixed season as well.
Here he goes, getting the Egyptian in. Very, very strong from Rustam. Come on, Rustam. Let's see a top.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
so
fantastic.
strong. So strong.
That is incredible. If you're going to have a haircut, back it up with climbing like that.
He can wear and dress how he wants, I don't care. If he's going to come out, he could turn up in a clown outfit riding a unicycle for all I care. If he's going to pull that out at every single comp.
I totally agree. That is super impressive.
It's just brilliant to see him back on peak form again. He's had this sort of up and down, you know. We've seen him as a Kyo now pushes. And there it is. Look at the foot placement on the volume below there on the right.
She's obviously got a bit more height on Shauna as well. She was a little bit higher. So we're going to have a huge transition now, all the technical crews.
It's one of those things, isn't it? I mean, there are times where we lose Rustam in qualis, like we've seen with Dima recently. There's time where he makes semis but misses out finals, or times where he makes finals and actually climbs very badly and ends up quite low in the finals. But when he's on form, he's just incredible to watch. I remember Vienna, the one-armed pull-up in the final, topping out and then just turning around and showing off to the crowd. You know, when he decides that today is a good day, I don't know whether he's out signalling the omens or something, but when he decides that today's going to be a good day, he's just so watchable.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a huge arsenal in his tank. Fantastic on crimps, very, very strong on pinches.
He's become a lot better at slabs as well. Yeah. He used to really have a thing about not liking slabs, but actually he's been a lot better at them.
Yeah, he's a lot more rounded. That was incredible, and you know, he's taken a huge lead against the rest of the guys there.
Of course, yeah. 5
guys not topping out, and he's just come out, crushed it first time. So he's still got extra rest time. And he's got lots of time to prepare for this next climb.
It's looking very, very good for Kiyonaguchi on the overall standings after that first block. 1 flash for her. Gulliver with a flash as well in second place, due to countback. Fanny Gibert in third place at present moment in time, but Shauna and Anna, 2 that did manage F1. Interesting to see that. Both got the bonus, but no top so far. Welcome Stéphane Julien back out, and also Gulliver onto F2, Stéphane Julien onto M2. So this is that nice dyno pocket on M2, isn't it? This huge swing out that Jackie Godoff has set for us.
So as you see, pulling on and then a bit of an alley-oop swing round the corner, really hard. You can't see it. You just got to blindly slap your hand round, hope that you stick it, and then hold the swing. Probably going to see some horizontal. Yep, just missing it. And that hold they're going to is massive. It's a real sinker. So if they get their hands in it right, they should hold the swing. Julianne climbing up this arête, and for those of you at home, the footholds that she's standing on the top side of that yellow volume are really, really terrible. Very, very small. It's a polished volume, and the bonus hold that she's going to transfer across to, equally bad. Very, very glassy. No texture on the handhold. But here you go, climbing very well. She's going to pop to the top. Oh, just missing.
Great lean out with that toe hook behind there as well.
Yeah, good thinking from her.
Levering herself onto the wall.
Stéphane Julien having another little thing. Not too much to read with this one, just an accuracy issue. Pulling on.
So Stéphane Julien gearing up for another attempt at this bonus hold on M2.
I think less is more on this one. Yes, very good.
Big swing out, managing to lock it on.
Choosing to wrap the arête. Now, as Percy Biston said, the tricky arête finish does not look over here. Got to really, really pull hard on this left hand.
Stéphane fighting, one hand on top, he knows it's secure, turns around to the crowd, gives him a wave, and that's a top for him on M2.
And here goes,
here. F2, same position, big lean out into the left-hand part. She's going to make a pop for it again.
Oh, fantastic.
Very nice, secures it this time.
Very, very easy. Really trusted that left foothold, and the footholds are very, very bad. The bonus hold, you can see him brushing. No texture on that, and she pretty much didn't use it. Leaning off the toe hook, popping all the way to the top. Great effort. 2 and 3. Sitting pretty.
The men's it is all about Rustam at the moment. Stéphane Julien now one topping 3 attempts in second place. But if Rustam can keep going the way he is, it's going to be a fantastic end of the year for him.
We could see a few falls on this one. As you saw with Stéphane, quite hard to gauge where the hold is. So let's see if Anna can get a top on the board as well. Really needs to catch up with the other girls if she stands a chance of keeping up. Yep, Alban just missing the hole. So Anna's staying more on the left-hand side instead of going up the arête. Very, very small footholds. So Julianne going much higher like this. Excellent work, Anna, come on.
Very impressive there from Olivier. Managing that first jump across on M2.
Lock it down, Alban, come on.
Ooh, Anna Storr just missing out there. Very impressive from Alban Levier though.
1 and 2 for him. Going to nip ahead of Stéphane Julien now. And you can see what I was talking about earlier, the speed of this climb. Competitors are going to come out slightly quicker if the tops come quicker.
A lot of people impressed with the size of that yellow volume on F2.
She's a beaut. Yep. Very, very slopey. No texture at all on that yellow volume, so forcing the girls to stand on the very, very small little footholds. Have to be very precise. Anna just taking the time, 2 minutes left on the clock.
Have a bit of a rest before another push.
Yeah. I was very impressed with Eula on that climb. She really, really went for it.
Nearly managed it on the first attempt.
Yeah, quite.
Il reste 1 minute 50.
Here goes Anna. Very, very slow start. Faring so well on the technical climbing. Here she goes. Yeah, much better. Let's see if she can grab it. Normally very good at the dynos. Oh,
incredible amount of balance here on that volume underneath. She's got to make a quick movement here though. Are the feet going to hold up?
Yeah,
they do, they do. Anna Storr takes the top here on F2. You can see those feet really working there, trying to just get whatever form of friction they could, smearing that volume.
So they'll reset the clocks now. Next two out for their 4 minutes. I think we've got Jan Holger and Miho Nagata. So again, Miho was one of the girls to top the first problem, so if she can do this quickly, going to stay in the mix with the top girls. And we fully expect Jan to get this one pretty quickly. Just having a look at the top of that climb, seeing if he can pick out any clues from the previous competitors. Miho getting ready to pull on.
Figuring that movement across to the right hand side here.
And she's on. Sticking to the right hand side like Julian. And here goes Jan.
Second foot up here, he's trying to figure out what he's doing. Much more static approach there from Jan. Big swing out, but secure as anything in those massive hands.
Yeah, a lot better reach than the other guys. Here he goes. Can he get up?
Heel up there.
Yeah.
Very, very quick
very
work there from Jan Hoyer. Nice
and Miho.
And Miho Nanaka as well.
With a flash. The others better be ready because they're coming thick and thin now.
Well, that's 2 in 3 for Miho Nanaka, which is putting her right up to the top again. Ahead of Julia Verme, due to count back.
So we've got Fanny Gilbert and Jérémy Bonder to come out next.
Et généralement aussi dans les 2-3 minutes, la concentration, ça écourte tout ça. Des fois ça fait du bien, c'est super instinctif.
So we've seen the female problem done in 2 slightly different ways at the start. A few of the girls tending to stay on the right hand side, and Anna Storr coming more on the left hand side from the start, much like Fanny is about to do here. Very, very slopey holes, no friction on the left on the yellow volume.
Risky moment from the off there from her.
Jérémy Bonder just trying to figure out the right position. Going static. Here we go. Quite low now. Going to struggle to get any spring from his leg. But excellent work from him.
Very nice placement, accuracy, gauged that movement very, very well.
Great accuracy. Yeah, very good, Jérémy. Keeping pace. A flash is going to really help on that. Obviously, for all the people who don't know how the scoring works, it's about the number of attempts it takes you to get to the top. If I did it on my first go, I would be better than someone who did it on their second go. So every attempt counts. The key is to have the fewest attempts possible. And the same is true on the amount of attempts for the bonus hold. The bonus hold is the a hold on the wall which is marked with a red piece of tape. For the guys it's the big yellow hand hold, and for the girls it's up high on that final green volume and it's the pink hold.
So Fanny Gibert with another attempt. Then she was doing, we saw a little bit earlier on, by getting that toe hook on that previous attempt. It's looking like she's wanting to go for it again. Sort of trying a halfway house before going for that path, exactly what Anna was doing, halfway between what Anna did and what we saw a little bit earlier on from Euler. But it was enough. There is a top for Fanny Gibert on F2.
Next one's coming out, Shauna Coxey and Guillaume Glairamonde. Seems like we got French almost in every rotation, really strong representation in the final, but it's good to see in front of the home crowd.
So Shauna needs to pull something out of the bag here. No top on the first attempt. Got the bonus on the first attempt. But if she wants to stand a chance of catching up with that top 3 in the women's, she's definitely going to need to secure this. A flash is ideal to give her a chance of catching up on F3 and F4. F3 and F4.
Yeah, absolutely.
She really can try M3 and 4 if she wants, but here with Guillaume then as well, similar situation, no top from M1 from him, so he's going to need to pull something out of the bag on M2.
Yeah, very well held from him. Great execution. Shauna going a little bit further right than Fanny did in the previous attempt. Looking very strong now though. Keep it together. You can see they're just slipping off the foothold. And Giga getting the top.
There, that is a flash for him as well. They're not really having too much of a tough time for things on M2, are they? You make that first jump, I mean, it might take you a couple of attempts to get the jump, but so far we haven't really seen that happening either. As soon as you make that jump, a relatively straightforward way up to the top.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Stéphane Julien, the first guy, struggling to latch it, but yeah, you're totally right. The guys alley-ooping their way onto that big hold, and once they grab that, does seem a bit tricky as to which way you hold the second to last yellow hold, whether it's a crimp or a wrap on the volume. But so far, no guy failing from reaching the bonus hold.
Okay, here is Shauna then. 2 minutes left.
Shauna looking much more smooth this time. She knows what to do. Just taking her time, making sure she gets all the right hand placements before moving. Keep those hands nice and short, Shauna, come up. Take your time.
Looked very, very shaky then, was very far over to the left. And not looking too comfortable as she went up for that bonus.
Really struggling with the body position. We've seen some of the girls.
Is she a little high on that block as well?
Yeah, I think we saw Fanny earlier staying a lot more to the left during most of the climb. Shauna's been almost stranded up the top right-hand corner of the last volume on the right. Hopefully she'll get stood up again this time. Still got a minute on the clock, so I'd expect her probably to have one more good go and then leave herself a couple of seconds potentially to pull back on, but just having a think about it. Climber Charlotte's quality, you know, she knows she can do all of the climbs that are presented to her, so maybe she's thinking, I must not have figured out the right position. Just take your time, evaluate, and try the next option. So this probably will be her last attempt, I'd imagine. 26 seconds, 20 seconds left. Nice and slow. Come on, Shauna.
Okay,
rock it out
here and moving up on the right-hand side a little bit higher now, just how we saw Euler take it earlier. A bit more comfortable over onto the bonus now. That is her time limit up here, so it's this move to the top, all or nothing.
Yeah.
And she manages it. Quite a few attempts there that she's
Shake
wrapped
it.
up, unfortunately.
Yeah, shake of the
But
head
she
there.
has managed it.
Disappointed in the face, but
She will be, yeah.
2 more climbs still to come, and to be honest, they look like they could suit her quite well. Very powerful. So we've got that last rotation now. Akio
out with a flash from earlier on.
and Rustam.
And Rostam with his incredible flash.
Yeah, if he can,
A few moments ago.
if he can keep one boulder ahead now, so all he's got to do is complete the boulder, and he's in a super strong position going into the second half.
Takes a brief moment to look at where that pocket is. It's looking like he's going straight for it.
Yeah,
Kyo, a little bit more time to analyse what's ahead of her. What Rustam's going to do with his feet here is matching and inching along a little bit more. Yeah, sending that left leg down again.
seeing if he can find any toe hooks to keep him on,
Trying to have a little look ahead of him.
but he's got to go for it. Allez, Rustam. Oh,
Just misjudged where the hand was going to go. Managed to then get it in, but not at the right angle. He needed to hold on to it here. But as John mentioned, as long as he does this one, he's going to be in a really strong position moving through the rest of the final here, ahead of the other male athletes who didn't manage M1.
Akio.
Snap, jinx.
Yeah,
Yeah, Akio here, slow and steady.
little shaky in the feet though.
Transition over onto the bonus hold.
Almost crimping the underside of that hold. Very impressive from Akio. That is excellent. Very, very good. Another flash for Akio.
That was balletic.
And Rustam's back on for his second go. Just a little bit too high that time.
Akio looking very, very good here.
So, minute 58 left on the clock. Obviously the screen on the timer on your screen is slightly behind the official time. It's about 1:48 left. So Rustam needs to do this. I'm sure he'll have a good few more goes to latch this hold. Here we go. Yeah,
There
much
it
better.
is. You can tell there the readjustment of the elbow as he went out for that swing out. He knew he'd got that there.
He had time. And now he'll just crimp this, get the foot high. Yeah. Davai Rustam. Here we go. Rock it out. We've seen all the guys succeed at this point.
Yes,
Rustam
there it is.
joins them.
Rustam Galmanov back on top of the pile here.
So that's the first half. First 2 boulders completed. Rustam Galmanov leading the pack with 2 tops. Akio Noguchi, 2 flashes. Mihon Nonaka, 2 and 3 as Julian Verm.
Rustam Galmanov in first place at the moment, 2 tops in 5 attempts, 2 bonuses in 5. Jan Hoyer in second with 1 flash, 2 bonuses in 3. Jan has already won the overall World Cup rankings. Can he go out with a bang, or is Rustam going to pip him to the post? Jeremy Bonda and Guillaume Garabonde tied 3rd place present moment in time with 1 flash apiece.
So we're going to split
over.
Yeah, we're going to split up now. So women will be on the left-hand side and guys on the right-hand boulder. Identical faces, but just on 2 separate boulders. 2 different styles of climb. Stefan getting a little bit lost. So speaking to Percy Bishton, the route setter, chief route setter, sorry, said this one was one of the funnest climbs. Quite tricky to find the right position off the deck.
F or M here, John?
Sorry, female 3. Tricky to find the right position off the start, and then a very, very hard move up to the next volume from here, by all reports. But Laval making short work of it so far. Needs to get stood up on the next volume, which is the tricky bit. Using the knees. And on M3, the trick, I'm told by all reports, leading out with the palm over to the bonus hold. So come over, roll over it out, and then palm out onto the bonus hold. Just like that, but keeping the tension through all 4 points. Yeah, Julianne finding a much better, more efficient sequence to get up onto the good side of these volumes. Just needs to be able to swing the feet up in front of her. There we go, using the knee. Very, very slopey holds. This next hold, very tricky to hold, particularly with the slopey yellow volume she's standing on. Again, these volumes, very limited friction. And now she's got to pop up with the left. Next hold has a thumb catch on it. Excellent work. Come on, Eula. And there is a small screw on in the back of this hold.
It's a very, very awkward pop there. The position of the body as you're going up towards that final pocket is right in the apex of the volume below it. It's almost as if you're impaling yourself on it as you jump up for the top.
Absolutely. A little bit of a leg swing, probably with the right leg to get some momentum. Keep some of the weight over to the right-hand side as you get your hand across. Complicated move, a lot of things going on. Stéphane Julien as well, not quite finding the right body position yet. Pretty basic to read what's required.
Once he's took that crimp on the side there that they're just brushing at the moment, it's then up with the left, is it?
Yeah, up with the left
that
onto
small
the
crimp there.
Yeah, and then palm out,
pushing out with the right.
Yeah, exactly.
Keeping the feet all the time on that tiny little foothold on the corner of that. Just see it being brushed down the bottom right-hand corner.
And Laval straight back up. Getting a foot lock in there very well.
She's definitely got the first half of this boulder down.
Just not landing it correctly. Very, very slopey pinch. To finish, needs to hit it in control and then come across with the other hand really quickly to match. Very poor footholds. Stéphane Julien struggling to get out of this first section.
Here we go.
Needs to get the palm. The feet seem to be very, very difficult.
Yeah, it's the foothold on this one by the look of things. It's being able to rely on that as you do so much with the hands once you're on it. You've got 3 different handholds to take where you're still on the same foothold here.
So, time up. They can stay on until they fall off or top the problem now. And Stéphane,
unfortunately not.
Putting in a good turn.
Laval though up to the penultimate hold here on this one. So close.
3 times up to the top of that climb. Be very frustrated not to make a progress. You'd hope every time getting a little bit more knowledge on that final hold that she'd find the right place, right body position, but not quite figuring it out. Still plenty more girls to come. We've got 5 more to attempt this climb.
Do you think there's any other way of going up to that top pocket on F3? You were talking about moving to one side so that you're not exactly where that point is, that you're not impaling your chest on it, but...
Yeah, I mean, Eula had her feet on the left-hand volumes down below. I was suggesting perhaps a little bit more swing with the right leg, using it to generate some momentum. Here comes Alban. Climbing very, very smoothly through this first section. Ooh, and again, like Stefan.
Are you saying thumb turned down on that lean out with the palm on the right?
Yeah.
It looked like he was kind of almost halfway house there.
Yeah, I think what you're going to have to do is keep left hand pulling as hard as you can on that crimp so that you keep your body up, and then you're palming down with your right hand with a straight arm so that you can really use that to support the rest of your body. Then swing your right foot onto that big blue foothold underneath yourself. A lot of things to focus on. Difficult to link them all together. That's what you've got to remember watching these climbs. The moves in isolation, potentially, yeah, you know, they're challenging, but it's when you're trying to link all the positions together that it becomes really complex. And that's what's challenging these guys and girls.
High left foot here from him.
Yeah.
It's different. Do you reckon it's workable?
I think, as I say, you've got to pretty much hold all your weight on the handholds and then swing the foot across. Looks very difficult to keep that left foot all the way back behind yourself on the starting volume whilst having your right hand out in the palm. Not sure that's going to work. Meanwhile, Anna Sturr making good progress here. Just missing the thumb catch. As Percy Bishton, the chief route setter, was explaining in the video beforehand, extremely technical set of climbs. Traditionally, when the walls are steeper, we see the competitors being challenged with a lot more physical, burly climbs. These are only slightly overhanging. Most of the walls are about 15-20 degrees, so that's making it much more technical, makes the holds more awkward and the body position more awkward.
Talking about mentality at this comps as well, you know, coming out and having a tough time on F1 at the very beginning here is going to have thrown both Anna and Shauna at the start of this competition. At their level, though, that's the kind of thing that they should be able to ignore and carry on having a good comp with. We're seeing them fight for this, but we're not seeing either of them on the form that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes you just don't get the right knack of a problem. Anna and Shauna, you know, they're used to these comps, 4 boulders, so provided you stick with it, sometimes you can turn it round right on the last boulder, so it's not over until the end. Alban looking like he might be able to stick this position.
40 seconds left on the clock.
So no top on either climb just yet. Eulerworm getting the closest, dropping this final white hold on F3 3 times. Starting again, 15 seconds. This will probably be her last attempt. Yeah, you got time.
Anna really running the clock down before getting back on the wall again. Alban there the end.
And that's it. Time up on the official.
Here goes the move. Loses the foot as he goes for it. Unfortunately, that's it. And Anna also just slipping there before moving up.
So
on to the next then.
It's going to be really hard for Anna to turn this around. I'd say verging on impossible for her to win today. 1 top in 3, Akio 2 in 2. With still to climb on this boulder, it's going to be very, very hard. You rely on Akio falling and not topping out these next 2 climbs.
And so we move on to Jan Hoyer and Nora Camillo.
So this could be again another one for Jan to do quite well on. Very physical guy. Been super strong through the competitions this season.
Keeping the feet over to the right hand side, ignoring that start hold and the high foot that we saw from Alban Levier a few moments ago.
See whether he sticks with this approach or whether he's going to try and switch up his beat. And now, as Mio pulls onto the wall to make a start on F3.
Very, very difficult problem to read. Saw Univerm right from the start, just figuring the right way, falling from the top 3 times. Some of the other girls not managing to get up as high. Very unusual. With these technical climbs, they can be hard to read. You know, you just have one attempt where some certain body position clicks and you find the way and you think, great, I've got 3 minutes left, I can still have plenty more time, attempts to complete it, but sometimes it might be 3:59 when you pull on and then find the position, and that's when it becomes really frustrating. But Miho getting stood up now. Let's see if she can finish this one. Climbing super strong. Here we go.
Unbelievable. She manages to latch it as she pops up there. I think we are looking at someone that we're going to see a lot more of over the next few years at such a young age as well, and looking so strong here.
Absolutely.
Reading
Slingshotting
beats
herself
really well, refusing to give up, and that's just pushed her up into first place. Fair enough, we haven't got Akio out yet onto the field, but we could be seeing a podium here from her.
Yeah, potentially could get a 1-2 here for Japan. Really good to see some of the younger Japanese team coming through. Miho obviously only 17.
Quite a few finals this year though.
Yeah.
Innsbruck earlier on in the year, Toronto, and also Haiyang. 6th place at Innsbruck, 4th place at Toronto, 6th place at Haiyang. If she podiums here, it will be her first ever medal on the IFSC senior circuit. Wish her all the best if she's going to go for it, which looks like she is.
Someone on Twitter there pointing out every time a girl fails on this problem gives Shauna Coxey another attempt, another chance to get back into the final for podium place. She's very good at these technical climbs. Hopefully she'll read the sequence. But Miho really doing that problem with ease.
It was the ease in how the first hand went up onto the finish hole that shocked me the most. It was just, yeah, even though it's bad, I'm just going to secure that with one hand and safely just move round to the right a little bit before bringing up the other one.
Exactly.
It just didn't seem to even affect her at all. When we've seen Eula get to it and not be able to latch it, and then we saw the same thing from
3 times she was shut down. I mean, for someone of Eula's... oh, here we go, Jan.
This is different.
Now he can get his feet down.
This is very different.
Let's see how he does. Got to match this
He's
tiny
matching
hole.
on that tiny crimp.
Unfortunately, to get the
5
bonus
seconds,
hold.
Jan, you got to move, you got to be quick.
To get the bonus hold, you've got to secure it and move with your hands, not your feet. So Jan, unfortunately, not getting the bonus there either, despite a great effort figuring out a new sequence. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something like that from Rustam as well. Very good on the crimps.
Okay, Jeremy Van der Fanny Givert. Big support from the crowd. An incredible turnout at this event here on home turf.
Yeah, the grandstand behind us absolutely packed, as is the floor. Fantastic end to the season. It's been very long for all the competitors, all the officials, so this is a fantastic show for them to finish on. Jeremy not wasting any time. One attempt within the first 30 seconds. Fanny back on as well. Just very physical, the start of this female 3 problem. Handholds very poor, relying on pure friction. Here goes Jeremy again.
It's looking like these the French competitors have all had a chat here about M3 and about getting that high foot up on the starting volume before trying to push out towards the bonus volume. All three of them had an attempt at that high foot. This thing on M3 with all these the crimps at the very start of the block, but also a lot on the feet as well. It's sort of like a mix between what Rustam's going to really like playing with and what he's not going to like playing with.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of almost like a slabby section at the start, because you're having to balance with your feet, make sure you're comfortable, but it's also using a lot of pressure on the hands, which Rustam's going to be very happy about.
And here's Fanny. Getting to the top of this one, looking very strong. See if she can. Commentator's curse just falling off, but
couldn't quite.
Looking strong up to that point. Very, very hot up in this centre now. Can't imagine what it's like for those guys on stage. A lot of lights, a lot of sweat on the palms. Going to be tricky. We're in the second half of the competition now as well, so fatigue will be taking its toll.
Yeah, particularly after the semi-finals earlier on today. There's a lot of bodies in this hall at the moment, so there's a lot of heat.
Jeremy looking at getting that foot out first, but just not quite right.
Really tough third problem here for the men's, just like we saw on M1, really difficult.
Fanny looks like she's figured it out.
To me just re-emphasises how impressive it was for Mio earlier on. And Nakamio managing to get that hand up and just no real problem at all, securing it and moving over to the right-hand side.
No, you're right. She looked very, very strong on that top section. Climbing with no fear. Absolutely fantastic. Almost shocked when she got to the top, the look on her face. You know, it seemed like, you know, obviously ecstatic to have made it, but ultimately, you know, thinking, is this really happening? But yes, it is happening. You're sitting at the top of the pack with 3 tops in 6. Unfortunately, Akio's coming up, but still looking good.
Jeremy asking for some support before he gets back on the wall. Clock about to run out here. 1-0, that is it. They fall now. It's the end of their climb on this one. Bonda going for it. Securing the left. And unfortunately again that lean out's cost him. Fanny Gibert, the one final shot at the top. A hand on it, and there's the second. She manages to move around to the right hand side here. Gets the second hand up. Fantastic finish from Fanny Gibert as the timer runs out. Should be very, very pleased with that. Let's put her up into second place. 3 tops in 10, 3 bonuses in 7.
Yeah,
well, at the moment it's looking like Mio Nanaka and Fanny Gibert are going to be on the podium, and we're going to see nothing from Shauna or Anna.
Well, let's see how Akio gets on.
I think Akio's looking strong to finish on a high here this year.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Shauna can keep up. You know, there's still 1 boulder to go. Who knows what can happen on that last one. If Shauna gets a quick, easy top now, it's going to keep her in the mix at least. Anna Stur has not topped this, so gives her an advantage if she can top. And Guillaume,
how's he going to deal with this one, do you think?
He likes the physical. It's whether he can get the right body position. Looking very strong on the crimps. Oh, that's the best
nice.
so far. That's the method.
Very nice.
Keeping as much weight as you can on that crimp, and then palming down with a straight arm on the right, and sort of locking out the 2 arms opposing.
He's doing his own brushwork here.
Shauna Coxey also slipping off on the left-hand side of the screen during that attempt from Guillaume. There she is, just trying to figure out how to start this problem. Yeah, pulling up. Really difficult to read.
Guillaume with another attempt here as well. Fantastic first attempt from him.
Here we go. Got to really pull on that left arm. There it is. Oh.
That angle of the crimp with the left that he's got there is it's not great for what he's trying to do though, by the look of things.
Little pit stop for Gigi, changing his shoes. Let's see if that helps. Don't often see that in a final very often, people changing their shoes, but I guess... Oh, and Shauna up. Starting to get moving through this section.
She's struggling to start here on this one.
Yeah. Just needs to get the feet up. Come on, Shauna. Yeah, press it up. Come on, Shauna. Very good. You got it. Come on.
Okay, up to the bonus hold here now.
Yeah, secured that. Looking very, very strong.
Nice. Much more controlled over onto the bonus here. Moving up and ahead of it now.
Guillaume's up.
Onto the handhold is just used. Wide pinch with the left. Very, very nice from Guillaume Clermont-Mondé. A finish here on M3. We have seen it topped now.
Yep, we've seen it top.
Very, very secure all the way through.
Yeah, very tight. He looked
much
good.
Slower in that movement over onto the bonus, and then just steady, keeping the tension as he made his way up to that pinch. Good, secure finish there.
Shauna, meanwhile, figuring out what to do. 23 seconds left of official time. She'll have one more good go. She just slipped off on that last go, right at the top. 10 seconds. Come on, Shauna, you can do it. There she goes. She's up. Nice. Come on, Shauna. This time.
Right, she's definitely attacking it now. That is the timer finished for her. So if she falls here, that is her attempt done on this block.
Come on, Shauna.
So she's fighting now up to the penultimate hold with the left. The thing is, she hasn't had any attempts at pushing for this top yet.
Yes,
and she
there
does
it
it
is.
first time. The first time she touches that hold, she manages to stick it and get that second hand up. You could see the determination set into her.
She needed that. She needed that to stay in with the pack.
Fantastic support from the crowd as well. These guys just want to see a good show.
Yeah, absolutely.
As we all do.
Yeah.
They're really, really giving it to the climbers.
But
up
you know,
there, a lot of support. Every single athlete that comes out. At present, Mia Nanaka in first place with 3 tops in 6, 3 bonuses in 5 in the women's, and in the men's, Guillaume Clermont-Mondé in first place, 2 in 4, 2 bonuses in 4.
Fantastic support from the crowd.
The 2 people that could make all the difference on who's topping out at the moment of our podium are now out and on the walls. Rustam wasting no time at all here, straight onto the wall. Akio not far behind, which is unusual actually to see Akio going straight for something. We often see these guys spending the first minute or so analysing the block in front of them before jumping on.
Rustam loves the crimp.
Yep.
Let's see how he gets on. He's holding
lower
this
body position here as well, getting the hips in.
Oof. Turning that left hand crimp like he did then was very, very difficult. All the other guys holding it as a side pull. Rustam choosing to crimp the top of it. Very difficult. So Gigi really putting the pressure on Rustam, topping out on this. Currently, before that he was sitting in first place with 1 boulder lead. Now Gigi matching him.
Akio making her first push though onto M3. chance of Laval for the Gelminator. Here we go again.
Akio
2
back
minutes
on.
20. Very nice from Rustam, incredible amount of strength here.
That was incredible.
Unbelievable.
Really, really good finger strength. I mean, we know he's got the good crimp strength, but that was incredible.
Unbelievable. A pop there from Rustam after that very impressive second attempt to move across onto the bonus hold.
Rustam looking very, very good today. The man to beat. Akio struggling on this top section. 1:34 left on the official clock. She's back down.
1 minute 30 on the clock.
So as we said, with Shauna Coxey having got her top right on the buzzer, it's put the pressure back on Akio. She's still leading her by number of attempts to top, but with one boulder to go, if Akio doesn't top this, it's going to put it all to play for.
Well, it's looking now like Guillaume is the only male athlete that can challenge Rustam for the win, depending on how they get on M4. Gelmanov with 3 tops in 7, 3 bonuses in 7. Guillaume 2 tops in 4, 2 bonuses in 4, and every other male athlete with only 1 top so far in this competition. So Jan is not going to be going out with the bang he expected here in Laval, despite the fact that he's winning the overall. So he's going to be going home with a gold at the end of today at least.
Akio with 25 seconds left now, making her next attempt. She gets high up on it. It's going to be her last try, I would think. 18. Here we go.
15 seconds left on the clock here.
Yeah. Time is running out. She's really struggled on this top section so far. 3 seconds left. 2, 1. Time is up now.
For Akio Noguchi.
And she's down.
Unfortunately, Akio does not manage to top out on F3, and that is going to make a world of difference in Shauna Coxey's world at the very least. Remember, it is all down to the line between Shauna and Akio Noguchi at the moment when we get ready to welcome our athletes back out onto the 4th and final block here. At the moment, Akio Noguchi has 565 points. If you minus her lowest score of the year, which was 4th place at Grindelwald, she drops 55 points and ends up with a score of 510. If you do the same for Shauna, at the moment, she's on 556. If you minus her lowest score, that's a 5th place at Vale. She minuses 51 points and puts her on 505. So just 5 points difference between these two athletes, meaning that whoever beats whoever at this stage in the final, that person goes home with the overall World Cup ranking gold this evening. So now, Anna did earlier on stand a chance of taking it away from both of them if Noguchi and Coxey both had a really bad run of things and if Anna won. Now Anna's looking like she's not going to now, with 1 top in 3 attempts and 1 more still to go. She's not going to be on the podium at all at the moment. She will be on the podium for the World Cup rankings overall, but not for the Laval World Cup here. And Nanaka Mio Fanigile putting on an incredible show so far for us this evening.
Yep, Stéphane Julien looking absolutely massive in this group. Very, very good strength, but not quite finding the right body position. Here we go. Julianne Verme falling off her first attempt. Speaking to Percy, very tricky double jump on the female 4. Steph Julianne on M4 he's round, and he's going to get up into the crack. And
huge boulder block in the middle. It's like it's got its own little baby boulder in the middle of the big boulder. And then into this weird hand jam situation.
It's either a hand jam or a...
This is Percy we're talking about. He's definitely intended that as a hand jam.
They have, but it does go both ways, I'm told. It can go as an undercut, but no feet on this red volume to stand on. So as he's doing now, you've got to wedge your foot in. We're going to get a top here from Steph. Oh!
Not quite enough though. Luciano, that's joining us on the IFSC World Cup feed on the Twitter. I can only apologise for Mr. John Partridge and his bias towards Shauna Coxey. I promise you all now, I am slapping him on the wrist as often as I possibly can. He gets carried away.
Here's Laval securing the double dyno. Now she's got to finish up on these really slopey holds. Looking good for the top. Oh! Just missing the right part of that pink.
It's looking like that final hold isn't quite as positive as it may look. See, to us that looks like it's a vertical there, but it's not, is it?
No, it's a rounded hold. Got to have really good tension on it. Land it perfectly. Probably is a slight pinch to keep some tension in the hand. She's back on for another go, as is Steph Julien. Matched it again.
There's Udo, German coach, taking photos and offering some support at the same time. Phenomenal man.
Yeah, let's see if she can get it this time. Looks in a lot better position. Wrestling the hands. Very good effort from her.
Slow pull up here.
There it is.
Right hand, there's the left. Very, very nice for Laval.
Same for Stéphane Julien. He stood up again.
Good finish for her, and that's now 3 tops in 7 attempts, 4 bonuses in 7. That's going to put her up in 2nd position at present moment in time. Stéphane Julien currently in 6th with 1 top in 3, 2 bonuses in 4. He's come very, very close on this one. Let's see if he can do the same again. Finish up here on a high.
Yeah, needs to get his feet up a bit higher on this volume. They're very, very low. Looks like he might slip off. There it goes. You can just see him struggling to keep the tension on that foot. And that's it. Time up, Steph. Fantastic effort.
Well, the applause and cheers from the crowd are going to have to be high enough for him, and there they are, showing their support. Great effort from Stéphane Julien, 1 top in 3. After a very tough set of blocks for the men here in the final in Laval. Hopefully you guys are enjoying back at home, wherever you're joining us from. If you want to get in touch, or if you've got any questions for either John or myself, you can get in touch using the hashtag in the bottom right corner of your screen right now.
So Anna staticking out. That was very impressive. Didn't even need to do the dyno. Absolutely crushing this boulder. Very, very strong.
This is the last boulder of the year for her on the World Cup, so let's make it a good one, Anna. That is a top for Anna Storr. Very nicely done there. A secure way to end the year.
And Alban there just falling again. Similar sort of place to Stéphane.
Levier currently in 5th place with 1 top in 2, 2 bonuses in 3. So good. Yula and Anna just able to relax now. Well, maybe not for Yula actually at this stage. She's in second place at the moment. She could potentially be on the podium if things go wrong for the next few athletes.
Alba and Levy here, 2 minutes, 5 seconds roughly left on the clock here.
So yeah, just taking his time. The guy's absolutely shattered after this weekend. 5 qualification blocks yesterday, 4 semi-final blocks earlier, and this is 4th boulder of the final. Believe me, it takes it out of you. So physical, absolutely no little screw-on to be had. Just the red volume itself, and you can see him there applying some liquid chalk. It's absolutely roasting up there. Chalking up.
Thoughts of the competition so far then, John? We're on our final block here for both of the athletes. In terms of the spread that we've seen in the boulders?
Yeah, I mean, in the men's, unfortunately, we've not really seen the closely fought competition that we thought we'd see. Rustam really leading from the front, absolutely smashing it. Going into this final boulder with one boulder ahead of Guillaume. And in the women's competition, lots of tops. It's been great. We're probably going to see 4 tops for the eventual winner in the females. Whether that's Akio, Miho, or Fanny, yet to find out, but still.
Sean McCall, just chilling out. As you can see, the arena here is absolutely packed.
So here he goes, 8 seconds left. This will be his last attempt. Needs to get through this difficult first section.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah. There you go, much better this time from Auburn. Squeezing those volumes. And then get stuck into this hand jam.
This is good at the moment. Spend some time here just rejigging how he's going to make this final push.
There it is. Needs to get his foot flat on the volume. He's standing up on his tiptoe at the moment. Needs to smear his feet a little bit better. You see there? Slipping off because of it. He's got to drive the weight through the feet. Great effort from him. First final, I believe, from memory. Putting in a great shift.
20 years old.
Coming through from the youth in 2013. Great effort. In front of a home French crowd. Really good to see. And here we got Jan. We haven't seen a top of M4 yet, and normally you put your money on Jan to be the one to do it, but so far it seems like Rustam's being the man to beat. Miho on women's 4 now. If she tops this,
potentially be for the gold.
Potentially, it's almost certainly, if she tops it, going to be a podium place. Here goes Jan, looking super strong on the shoulders.
We'd imagine Jan to make relative short work of this one.
Yeah. He's not quite found the right position just yet, but he's fiddling around. That's it, Jan. Straight through, come on. Just looks like being slightly bigger, he can't fit in that groove as well.
We saw Alban, duck under and go across, didn't we? Over to the right-hand side.
There's Miho trying to do it the way Anna did it. One hand at a time. We've seen Yula Verm doing it as a double dyno. Here goes Jan for his second go. looking absolutely ripped, in great shape, ahead of the World Championships. That's the next major event all of these competitors are lining up for in August in Munich.
Do you think there's anything he could do here with the way he's traversing? It looks like the position that, because of his height, that his leg is in, is offering him a bit of a problem as he's moving across.
Yeah, I think it's just the position of his...
in terms of maybe standing up a little bit more, like he's trying now.
I think the key is to stay low. We've seen all the other guys have success staying low into the groove, and I'm sure he'll figure it out in a second. Yeah, very good. Just not fitting into the space as easily as all the others. Here goes Miho. Sticks it.
Nice, this is good at the moment for Miho. 3 tops in 6 so far. That is her bonus now, up with the left hand here.
Slightly wrong-handed though. Doing this a very, very difficult way. She skipped out one of the holds lower down. It's going to make this move.
Go across here and stay on. It was awkward from where she was.
Yeah, it's going to make that move very difficult. Not too sure what she was thinking. But I'm really... don't know why Jan's struggling. He's finding this very difficult, this final climb. It's got to be a size thing.
Underneath the volume, if he sends it out to the right-hand side and gets a toe underneath that low volume with the foothold on it, do you think that might help him in pulling him through a little bit more?
I think it's the hand position. He's getting his hands quite high, and I think maybe just where he's got it now, that's where the others focused on. And yeah, now he's figured it out. Oh,
losing the foot here.
Slipped out, but he knows the way. 30 seconds left.
Go for it.
If he gets through this, I'd place my money on him finishing it. Here we go. Come on, Jan. Last boulder problem of the season.
20 seconds left on the clock here. Both of these guys having a tough time.
Wants to finish on a high, no doubt. Let's see if he can do it. Come on, Jan. It'd be great to see a top.
That's
there
it.
We go.
Time has gone. Both of them, unfortunately, not managing to stick that one. Jan Hoyer gives a brief wave to the crowd.
So Jan can possibly podium now if Jeremy Blonder does not get the bonus hold. If Jeremy gets the bonus hold, it's going to slingshot him up into either second or third place, depending on if Gigi tops. But really in the men's now, it's all down to Rustam and Gigi. If Rustam tops, he wins. If he doesn't and Gigi tops it quickly, we could have a French champion, but we'll see. You can see there in the picture Jan looking out at the crowd. Absolutely packed in here today.
So Fanny Gibert back out now with Jeremy Bonder.
So let's see if Jeremy can get across. This is for a podium place in front of a home crowd.
At the moment, Fanny Gibert in third place with 3 tops in 10. See, Jeremy's done that thing with a bit of a toe hook underneath to get him across.
Yeah. So yeah, this is going to knock.
But he's a lot shorter than Jans, who's got that actually height disadvantage, which becomes an advantage at this point. Straight
That's
up into
the bonus.
The jam. Bonder looking good here.
See if he can finish it off now. He's on the podium.
Just losing it, unfortunately, there. It's looking at the moment like Akio is relatively set to take the overall for this year. She has 2 tops in 2 attempts, 3 bonuses in 5. compared to Shauna's 2 tops in 10, 3 bonuses in 9, meaning that if they both finish up on this one, Akio Noguchi has got a pretty large amount of attempts, a window there for her to do it in. Remember, it's whichever of the 2 beats the other one. And at the moment, Fanny Gilbert in 3rd place, set to take a bronze medal. Then again, Fanny Gilbert also has a high number of attempts, 3 tops in 10, 3 bonuses in 7. Akio could still win this.
Yeah, absolutely. Quick top for her. And here goes Jeremy again. Getting the hand jam in, working it in there. You can see him stacked it in brilliantly. Just not finding the right place. Enjoying himself though.
Gilbert having a tough time getting up towards the bonus here on this one.
So here she goes again.
Oh, you can see her
lining up this dead point to the pinch.
Not quite enough. 50 seconds roughly left in the clock. Did see a comment a little moment ago from Katie asking why the bouldering season is so short. Interesting point. Just been chatting to someone about that. Just saying, I think the athletes would probably disagree with that one on this one.
Yeah, particularly. I mean, it may not be that long in terms of the number of months, but the number of air miles these guys have picked up in the last few. It's been a really grueling season. They've been to China twice, Canada, America, Azerbaijan, Europe for 2 or 3 rounds. It's been pretty intense for them.
15 seconds left on the clock. This is going to be the last attempt by both these athletes. By the look of things, Bonder's going for it again. He knows what he's got to do.
Yeah, Jeremy finding a really good sequence through here, climbing it very, very easily. Fanny Gilbert off?
Fortunately not. Gilbert losing it at that point there.
And Jeremy looking to finish up in style. Just got to roll over to this white hold.
Trying to figure out what he's doing around this jam here. I know a lot of you are talking about whether it's doable or not.
He's really stuck. Just got to lean back and roll over. Come on, Jeremy. Here we go.
He's wedging a toe in there now for a bit of extra support.
He's got it.
Come on,
Jeremy.
And there it is. Jeremy
Good work.
manages to top out on M4 here in Laval.
Fantastic.
Very, very nice from him. Great finish. That's pushed him up again now into
so at the
3rd
moment,
place podium position.
Absolutely. And at the moment, he's secured his podium place, so it's basically between Gigi and Rustam for the title today. Gigi needs to top, and unfortunately he then needs Rustam to stay on the ground. But all eyes over on Shauna Coxey now. For the overall World Cup title, she needs to top this and get up 1 position above Akio. If she can do that, yeah.
Without it, she's just increasing the chance for Akio. She's already quite a few attempts behind Akio on this one. Akio's likely to quite enjoy this final boulder. It's more into her style.
Here we go, Shauna, come on. Gigi absolutely crushing. He's got to get the jam in. Here we go. Very, very strong through here. So if Gigi can get a top now.
Jeremy Bonder actually moving up into second place at this stage due to the bonus difference between him and Gigi. But Gigi starting to rein it back in now.
No!
Couldn't quite hold it. Same sort of progress as we saw from Jeremy Bonder's final attempt there.
Shauna's
wedging
up.
the foot in.
Shauna Coxey sticking this first section now, so it's a long shot, but if she can top now and Akio stays down, she's going to win overall. Come on, Shauna, finish it up, you can do it. Hello, Shauna.
Just slipping off the top there. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left on the clock.
Je pense que tu vas avoir des images là. Le résumé de l'étape de Coupe du Monde sur le site de la fête de Frédéric Vert, on va pas rater. Franchement, quel bon
Gigi with another attempt here. Very impressive first manoeuvre up towards the final hold. Haven't seen many people take this as an undercling. Do you think that there's a reason for that?
I think the jam's pretty good, which is why they're going for that. It gives him the ability to lean back like this and then get the feet in. Last time he just couldn't hold it, but he's got it. And that's him. He's going to be ahead of Rustam at the moment. 3 in 6.
I think. Yeah.
3 in 6. So Rustam has to top it to win. Basically.
Yeah.
Shauna Coxey, meanwhile, up on this last move. Oh, great work from her.
And there is the top for Shauna Coxey.
That puts her at 3 tops. So let's see if Akio can top to take the overall World Cup title. Oh, damn.
Last comp of the year, it's going to come down to the last block to decide which of these athletes manages to take the overall in the women's event here.
Exciting times.
Couldn't ask for it to be any tighter, really.
No,
unless it was on bonuses.
And that's the way you want it to be. Fantastic season, coming down to the last boulder, last competitor. Akio's climbed so well in the last few rounds. Be a great effort for her to finish up on top of the podium again.
And here she is now to try and do it, and she has 11 attempts to try.
Rustam, meanwhile, just needs to top to win, and looking very strong through this section.
That was 1 attempt from Akio.
Rustam looking super smooth through here. It's effortless today. Into the... looking so strong. This has been a masterclass from Rustam today.
Absolutely. Up and straight onto the final hold. Rustam Galvarov there taking the gold medal here at the last World Cup in 2014 in the boulder category. Unbelievable performance from him. No trouble whatsoever with him. Men's problem 4. Akio's had 1 attempt. This is a second. She's right up there now. 1 more move here, and that's going to be it for her. This is for the gold. Not only here today, but on the overall as well. Trying to sort out the feet. Right hand, left hand, and that's it. Right towards the end of the year, guys. A fantastic performance from all of the female athletes here and the male athletes. But Akio Noguchi takes not only the Laval gold medal here,
but also the overall World Cup Boulder title for 2014, something she has not had for quite a while. It has been Anna Storr year in, year out. This year it looked like Shauna was going to take it away from her, leading the pack all the way through it, but that is it. And Akio Noguchi secures it here. Unbelievable performance from our athletes. Rustam Galmanov, 4 tops in 8, 4 bonuses in 8, puts him in first place. And Akio Noguchi with 3 tops in 4. 4 bonuses in 7. Up on your screens now are the results as we have them. So as you can see from Rustam Galmanov, 4 tops in 8, 4 bonuses in 8. Guillaume Claire-Mondet, 3 tops in 6, 3 bonuses in 5. Jeremy Bonder, 2 tops in 4, 2 bonuses in 2. Gives him the 3rd place position. So we have 2 French athletes here on the podium. Guillaume taking the silver, Jeremy taking the bronze. Jan Hoyer, unfortunately, off the podium at the final event here, only for the Laval competition though, as he will top out on the men's Boulder World Cup rankings, and then Alban Levier in 5th, Stefan Julien in 6th. Let's have a look now at the women's results. Of course, these are all provisional. We wait for any appeals that might be happening, but there it is, Akio Noguchi with 3 tops in 4 attempts, 4 bonuses in 7. Nonaka Mio in 2nd place with... I'm trying to do maths quick, John, help me.
Which one are we on?
It's 3 and 6, sorry about that.
Yeah, 3 and
4
6.
bonuses in 10, and then Eula Verme there as well in the 3rd place position.
3 and 7.
3 tops in 7, 4 bonuses in 7. So Eula Verme manages to take a podium position at the end of the year as well. She started with 1, she's finished with 1 also. It looked and felt like at the start of the year Eula was going to be on form for being on the overall podium. Unfortunately, she's going to just miss out to Anna Storr, despite her 3rd medal position. And I'm going to head over now to try and have a chat with Rustam, and we'll have an interview with him in a few moments' time. Rustam Galmanov, that was absolutely incredible. How are you feeling?
Oh, I feel really light, like air. I'm really happy finally in this year. I did something really good, but something really unbelievable. I'm not training before this World Cup. 2 weeks without training.
What was it for you about today? Were the blocks just your style, or did you just feel good? What was it that made you just suddenly explode into the final with so much energy?
I don't know exactly. I think I accumulate a lot of energy, and I was really lucky, and this is best reason.
I think a lot of people would say that luck had very little to do with it. There was a lot of skill being shown there as well throughout this one. Quite a few flashes as well from you. Did you at any point doubt that you were going to be taking a gold here today? Were the blocks hard for you at all? Did you struggle at any point?
I don't know what to say, but I was really confident, and it was really good for me. And finally in this year I was really confident, like I'm king.
I have to ask, the haircut. Was it a decision? Was it a bet? What is it? Did you just went for it?
Oh, I did it yesterday, and my friend helped me because before this World Cup I had some special things with Red Bull, and long time I saved my haircut like normal, and finally yesterday I did it.
Well, something's definitely changed, the confidence that you're showing here now. What about the World Championships that's coming up in Munich? You looking forward to that now, back to some training?
Yeah, of course I will be ready, because first place mine.
So a bit of time to rest, relax, get pumped up and get ready to go for the World Champs?
Yes, of course.
Rustam, congratulations, unbelievable performance, well done.
Thank you very much.
Laval.
Well, we are now joined by Akio Noguchi and Mio Nanaka. Akio, well done. Mio, well done to both of you. How are you feeling?
Too exciting.
Too excited?
I can't believe it.
So not only the gold here in Laval, but also the overall World Cup ranking. Did you expect this?
Yeah.
Was she looking forward to this one? Was she expecting to have the overall title today?
Yeah.
Mia, would you mind translating for me? Akio, were you expecting to win the overall, or were you thinking Shauna was going to put up a bit of a fight?
Yes. So Shauna is, looks so good today, and I am a bit bad because after World Cup in China, I have a big stomachache with headache, a bit sick, and then today too tired and too nervous.
So you've been ill before this competition, and then all of a sudden today, energy back, feeling better again?
Yeah, just for energy.
I'm going to let you say something in Japanese for us now into the camera, so you can say something for yourself.
今日の優勝と年間チャンピオン取れました。応援ありがとうございました。Thank you for all the audience.
Akio, thank you very much and congratulations not only on Laval but on the overall win.
Yeah. And
Mio.
I can't speak English well, but Japanese.
I'm going to bring Mio in for a second. I'm going to have a chat with you. Mio, unbelievable. You're so young and looking so strong already. Did you expect to come into 2014 as well as you have? You were very, very strong here at this competition. Did you think that the blocks were going to be harder, or are you comfortable out there in front of the crowd in finals?
It was not believable yet. Amazing. So surprised.
Well, congratulations, it was very impressive. I look forward to seeing you at the World Championships both.
Yeah.
In Munich World Championships, yes?
Yes.
Thank you very much. I'm going to let you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Il a fait à manger à tout le monde pendant 3 jours, il n'a rien vu, il a eu le sourire jusqu'au bout. Franchement, la Mayenne, chapeau, on va faire monter nos élus parce que là, évidemment, en attendant un petit peu d'avoir les résultats, on aura 4 podiums à célébrer. On va avoir les mots, évidemment, de nos élus.
Jan, what a year this has been for you. From the very, very off to this stage now at the end of it, you've claimed the overall World Cup bouldering title. How are you feeling?
Well, right now I'm a little disappointed about my performance right now, but yeah, yesterday when it was clear the security overall title, I was super relieved. And it's just amazing competing against these strong guys and getting away with a win in the overall. It's,
Of course, it would have been fantastic to go out on the high of the gold at the end of the season, and I'm more than aware that you must be feeling that. Was there anything that, now thinking back on the blocks, that you think you could have done differently to improve on it?
Today? Oh, for sure, some little mistakes, but it's okay actually. So sometimes you climb pretty well, and sometimes you make mistakes, but overall I'm super happy about the season, about the good comps ahead, and yeah.
You absolutely should be, because you've been so strong all the way through, very, very dominant, and a huge amount of support online and around the world for the performances you've been giving this year. Do you think anything has changed from last year to this year, and if it has, what is it? What do you think you're doing differently?
Yeah, this year I really want to focus on all the World Cups. Last year I did all the competitions, but sometimes I fell out of shape, and this year I trained hard before the season started. I went climbing with Jimmy Webb 2 months before the season and felt super weak because he kicked my ass on every single boulder. That's when I started training pretty hard again. I lost a lot of weight. I'm like 5 kilo lighter than last year, and after the first good results I knew that I would compete against Dimitri, and he pushed me to my limit. I trained super hard, like lived healthy and stuff like that for the last 2 months. So yeah, I'm relieved that it's over now, but it was a good season, yeah.
Absolutely. Do you think that Innsbruck was anything to do with the changing point for you? Do you think that that first gold medal and that sort of like awakening to what you were capable of helped you in that push to this year?
Yeah, for sure. If you once know the feeling of standing on top of the podium, you want to train harder and be there again, for sure, yeah.
And I'm interested about this Jimmy Webb thing and you guys going off track, because Jimmy's a beast in himself as well. I mean, we saw him at La Sportiva. What is it? What were you up to? What did you two get up to for the training? Were you out on rock?
Oh yeah, I just met him in America in Waco Tanks, and I went to his place in Colorado. And then I went back home for training and saw him in Switzerland again for a couple of days, and he was just super strong. And all these strong climbers are such a big inspiration. I climbed with Thailand man the other week. It's just good to see other amazing climbers, to see how they solve the problems and to learn from their experience.
Yeah, and you've been an absolute pleasure to watch all year. Congratulations, a well-earned win.
Thank you.
Et le sport de haut niveau, nous sommes absolument comblés ce soir. Nous sommes un certain nombre là, élus, techniciens, à être présents. Et ce qui me marque ce soir particulièrement, c'est la générosité. La générosité des athlètes, la générosité du public, la générosité des animateurs et votre générosité à vous, public, qui avez soutenu avec autant de ferveur.
Shauna, welcome. Talk to me about your final in the World Cup season this year.
I'm not quite sure what to say. I mean, I felt good, but everyone else climbed amazing, so good wasn't good enough. But yeah, I mean, the boulders were incredible. Maybe a little too easy, but yeah, I don't know. We fell off them, so I guess they weren't that easy. But quite glad it's over, and yeah, it was a hard push for the end.
Okay, we know that you were pushing for the World Cup overall title this year, but talk to us about the season on a whole. You had your first gold ever this year. You followed it up with the second gold as well. This must be surely a fantastic staging point for the rest of your career as a climber.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, getting my first gold was a massive highlight in my climbing career, but for this year I wasn't really focusing on the overall. I think everybody else was. Everyone else knew how many points I needed.
Maybe that was us.
Yeah, it was all of you, definitely not me. I kind of took every comp as it came. I don't know where I am in the overall actually, but I think I'm on the podium, second. Oh, so that's good. Yeah, if today didn't go so well, but I can't be disappointed at all with the season. So
it came down very, very close towards the end. There were 5 points difference between yourself and the Kyo when you lost your lowest score of the year. How has it been to climb with the Kyo and Anna again this year, now that you are more of a seasoned veteran on the IFSC circuit?
21 and a veteran, that's not good, is it?
You're used to the competition, that's what I mean. How is it now that you've got that rapport with the other climbers and you're used to seeing the finals?
It is so much fun to travel on the circuit. I mean, we all have a really good time, and yeah, I look forward to going to the events, not just to compete, but to see my friends, and to see a Kyo doing well is amazing. And like, I'm really happy for it, which people tend not to believe, but no, we're all competing against each other, but still wanting the best for each other as well. So it's really nice. I don't know. It's quite unique for a sport, I guess.
I want to draw your attention back to a comment that I saw in the Circuit magazine recently, in an interview that I read with you, which was that you were saying that actually the break at Magic Woods in your leg was one of the best things that's ever happened to you, because it allowed you some time out. Just to explain to me what you meant by that.
It just gave me the opportunity to stand back and reflect for a while, and it also started, that's when I started the relationship with my coach Mark, which has had a massive impact and a massive positive impact on my climbing. So yeah, I mean, there's so many good things that came out of that. I'm going back to Magic Wood tomorrow, so fingers crossed that doesn't happen again.
Vengeance, it's payback time.
Yeah, I just want to go do the boulder that I broke my leg on. That's it.
It's been an amazing year. You've come back from injury. You've shown that you're still very, very confident, very, very secure, and looking very strong all the way through. You've got an incredible performance throughout the year. What's next now? You've got this time to rest, a break before what?
I'm going to sleep for a while. I guess the World Championships are coming up, and that's the next big thing, so I'm really excited about that. But first I'll go to Magic Wood and chill out and have 2 weeks of just relaxing, and then I'll get back on the training. So yeah, it's going to be
Joanna, thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Anna, hi. How was the competition? How were the blocks?
Well, for me the comp was hard today. I didn't have the best friction on all these volumes. Yeah, but it was a good comp for sure. Like the organization was good, better than last week, of course. And it was nice to climb in front of a big public because, yeah, as an athlete, it's way more fun like this.
We very rarely see you get thrown at all by either a huge crowd or if there's been a mistake or something up there today. Do you think it was that the blocks were very difficult, or do you think it's anything to do with maybe the first block when you came out, that maybe your rhythm was a little bit off after that? What do you think it was today for you?
Well, of course, it's always hard if you can't do the first boulder and you know that all the others do it. It's hard to keep your head in the game, but I think that wasn't really the problem today. It was just it didn't fit, the problems didn't suit me so well. And I don't think that I climbed really, really bad. I mean, of course, I only got 2 tops, but yeah, that's how it is sometimes.
It was the final. No one climbed bad. It was fantastic. Last year you had 7 golds out of the 8 competitions and a silver. This year a bit of a mixed set of results, but if there's anything on a positive spin you could put on this year, what would you say if there's anything positive to come out of the year and the mixed set of results you've had?
Well, for me this season has been a lot harder than last season, of course, but that's what's interesting with comps. I mean, last season I just had a blast and I won basically everything. But I knew, and this season I knew that I can't keep on doing it like this, and it was harder for me to get motivated also in training, but I mean, that's the good thing in comps, that you can still enjoy yourself, and yeah, even if you don't end up in first place.
And I'm really sorry, I'm being told we have to wrap it up, but thank you so much for talking to us and congratulations.
Thank you.
Simplement pour dire que je vous apporte les salutations. L'avantage du privilège d'être du comité régional olympique et sportif, c'est simplement le représentant de toutes les disciplines. Et là, je vous apporte les chers amis, les chers athlètes et les sportifs, toute cette façon qui est à autre discipline et de rejoindre tout à l'heure. Merci de votre accueil.
Monsieur Léa, sur les débats réguliers,
Well guys, we are going to have to hand over now. It is time for the awards ceremony, the last one on the Bouldering World Cup circuit this year. Time now to hand over to the main stage. I'll see you in a few.
À cette époque, c'était des grands événements qui étaient organisés à Laval. Et je crois que ce soir, vous avez vraiment vu de l'escalade de très très haut niveau. Donc je crois que Laval est une des plus belles étapes qui a été organisée cette année en bloc. Prochaine étape, Munich, ça sera le championnat du monde. Donc la Coupe du Monde se termine ici. On va avoir le classement de l'étape et le classement de l'année. Et prochaine étape, Munich. Et je crois que Laval a été une bonne introduction à ce qui va se passer à Munich. Donc bravo à tous les grimpeurs. Merci de votre accueil à Laval. Et je pense rendez-vous une prochaine fois.
Merci beaucoup, monsieur. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome for the first podium tonight, the medalist, female medalist, Laval World Cup podium. Allez, la musique, Stéphane, fais-nous un petit truc Pirates des Caraïbes. Allez, s'il vous plaît, nos 3 médaillés de ce soir, qu'on applaudit très très fort dans le podium de Laval. C'est monsieur Mias qui remettra Léo pour la 3e, pour la médaille de bronze, Nicole Bouillon pour la médaille d'argent, monsieur Michael Béjaret pour les longs, pour la médaille d'or, Juliette Payet remettra pour la médaille pour le bronze, Pierre You pour l'argent et monsieur Pierre-Henri Paillasson pour l'or. Ladies and gentlemen, bronze medalist tonight, bronze medal representing Germany. I would like a big applause for Julian Wurm, bronze medal. silver medalist tonight, representing Japan. I would like a big applause for Mio Nonaka. Ladies and gentlemen, the victory and gold medal tonight representing Japan. Big applause for Akio Noguchi. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the national anthem. Mesdames et messieurs, applaudissements pour les médaillistes. Les médaillés de cette soirée. Troisième position, l'incroyable Julian Vroom. Deuxième position, Mio Nonaka. Et la reine ce soir de Laval, Akio Noguchi. Thank you very much, girls, and congratulations. Please, now this is time for the medal podium tonight here for the World Cup Laval. Welcome the medalists. Round of applause for the three medalists. Laval World Cup. Les médailles seront remises par Juliette Paquette pour le bronze, Pierre Rioux pour l'argent, Pierre-Henri Paillasson pour l'or, et les lots seront remis par M. Méas pour le bronze, Nicole Bouillon pour l'argent et M. Bugaret pour l'or. Third position, representing France, le troisième, mesdames et messieurs, sur le podium. Applaudissements pour Jérémy Bonder. Deuxième marche du podium, les médailles d'argent de la Coupe du Monde de Laval ce soir. Mesdames et messieurs, applaudissements pour Guillaume Mondet, France. Gold medal, and representing Russia, big applause for Rustam Chermadov, Russia. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the national anthem. Jérémy Bonder 3, Guillaume Durand-Bondet 2 et le King of Laval is Wisdom German of Russia. Congratulations guys. Allez les Français, innovation pour nos deux Français quand même et pour Wisdom. Jérémy Bonder. Just happiness to see Wisdom German of Windy. Laval stage. Alors messieurs dames, il nous reste 2 podiums à faire, c'est les 2 podiums les plus importants de cette longue saison de bloc, le podium général et le classement final de la Coupe du Monde. Please welcome the female medalist for the podium general World Cup ranking. Big applause for her please. Third position, representing Austria. Big applause for Anna Storr. Bronze medal. Silver medal representing Great Britain. I would like a round of applause for Shana Coxe. Anderson, technical delegate qui remet les trophées. The winner and gold medal representing Japan. Big applause for Akio Noguchi, Japan. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the national anthem. Applaudissements s'il vous plaît. Troisième position, Hannah Storr, Austria. Second position, Shona Coxe, Great Britain. And the queen of the season, Akio Noguchi, Japan. Thank you very much, girl. Congratulations. Good luck for the World Championship. et Munich. Le dernier podium de cette soirée, mesdames et messieurs, le podium du classement général de la Coupe du Monde masculin. Last podium tonight, the general ranking and result of the season medal podiums. Please welcome the medalists. Pour remettre les trophées, M. Pierre Liu, président de la Fédé, remettra le trophée à la 3e position. Graham Anderson, technical delegate, remettra pour la 2e position. M. Pierre-Henri Pagnasson, trésorier des IFFC, pour la 1re position. Et M. Buzaret remettra, représentant le maire de Laval, le bouquet pour le vainqueur. 3rd position, bronze medal tonight, representing France. I would like a big applause for Guillaume Clément, le français. Silver medal representing Russia. Big applause for Dimitri Sharafudinov. Gold medal representing Germany. Would like a round of applause for Mr. Jan Hoyer. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the national anthem. Et l'incroyable Jan Hoyer, vainqueur de la saison Innovation. Please, guys, stay there le programme. Vincent, on va récupérer tous les médaillés. Please, hold the middle. Et on va appeler les bénévoles, on va appeler tous les maillots de la Mayenne, s'il vous plaît. We want to make a peace with all the volunteers from Mayenne. Allez, s'il vous plaît, les élus sont là. Non, Juliette, on ne parle pas, il nous faut les élus. Nos ouvreurs, the forerunner, please. Le route setter, please, I would like all the route setter from the different countries there on the stage. All the volunteers, come on everybody. Toutes les personnes qui ont travaillé, nos élus, le comité régional olympique sportif,
Well, thank you for being with us all the way through this, our final Boulder World Cup of 2014. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the coverage that we've been bringing through all of this year, and we're going to move on now to our lead season that lies ahead of us, also the Bouldering World Championships still to come. I've been Daniel Finn. First of all, a thank you to Mr. John Partridge. Thank you very much for being with us. Have you enjoyed?
Fantastic event. Thanks for having me. It's been great.
Thank you all for being with us as well, and we'll see you very soon. Good night.